time, so I'll be the last rebuttal. To start off, I'd like to again reinstate what my partner said, and that serious capital crimes deserve the same punishment no matter if they are below the age of being considered an adult. Being tried as adults could also serve to be a better alternative because it allows them the right to a jury in an adult court system, where they can fight for their case. In some instances, the offender could also be let off with minor punishments. Although a minor could be placed in an adult court system, where all cases must be handled fairly because of certain laws in place, there are still cases where judges bend the laws, such as what my partner stated earlier, the 2010 Graham v. Florida, where they lowered the sentence of an offender because of his age, not by his mental capability. There are not enough strict laws that punish these minors to the fullest that they should be. I would also like to add to the fact that there are not many juveniles who commit capital punishments who committed capital punishments in jail currently. Again, with my previous evidence that I stated earlier in my claim, in 2000, an estimate of 27,000 cases involved 14 to 17-year-olds who were charged with violent crimes. Only 1% were waived into the criminal court. And if they were to be placed in those jails, if adults' jails weren't or aren't fit to house youth, they will be transferred to a better prepared facility, according to Lily Jessica from the Atlantic article. Some states, citing a lack of PREA compliant facilities, transfer juveniles to other states. Kansas, for example, sends its 16 to 17-year-old prisoners to Nebraska in order to keep them out of adult prison. So there is safety requirements for some of these offenders. Also, I'd like to attack on the opponent's side that there's a lot of harms in prisons, but that's not the case. There's actually a lower percentage of kids or teenagers in prisons that are getting harmed. The National Inmate Survey conducted by the Department of Justice indicates that 18% of 16 to 17-year-olds in prison with adults report being sexually abused by other inmates. This is a lot lower than what they said in their claim. So while the opponent does give a high number of statistics of teenagers being badly mistreated, the number is blown out of proportion, since that is only a small case of how teens can be in prison. I'd also like to remind the audience that we do have the Juvenile Justice and Delinquency Prevention Act, or the JJDPA, and the Prison Rape Elimination Act in 2003. Even though 11 states have it, as I mentioned earlier, if we can force more states to impose this, we can capitalize on these violent teens, and they can be put into safer confinements, so to say. These acts ensure trying these criminals as adults not only ensures safety on the streets we walk on, but also prevent future crimes from happening, whether it be from the same offender or future offenders. Teen or adult, a capital crime is a serious offense in the criminal court case. To only have a handful of teens tried as an adult is unfair and will not help to prevent future cases from happening in the long run. Trying all teens as an adult who commit capital crimes should be the staple in today's modern court system. I would like to conclude with what my partner and I believe, in which a murderer is a murderer, a robber is a robber, and age does not simply give them a free pass for the actions that they commit. We must have a consequence for those who commit capital crimes to ensure that justice is put in place for their actions. Thank you.